Certainly, Mayor. I'm Tom O'Neill with Menards Incorporated, 5101 Menard Drive, Eau Claire, Wisconsin, 54703. I'm obviously here on behalf of Menards, asking the council to accept the Planning Commission recommendation and move this forward for GDP and VIP approval. But before we get to that, I just wanted to give a little history of how we've gotten here once more for the council's benefit. When we were here some months ago, we were here working with property owners as part of a comprehensive plan amendment. And both through the Planning Commission process as well as the City Council process of approving that Planning Commission, amendment to the comp plan, there were a number of issues that were raised that were important as far as things to address, things to resolve. And these past few months, as we've been preparing our GDP PIP plan, we've been specifically working to address those issues. There was issues as far as ensuring that this property and this development had access to Blue Aster. So based on that, we've been working with the property owner to the south to gain access to Blue Aster, extend additional infrastructure into and through the site, and access that traffic signal. From a comp plan perspective, there was direction to bring the development, bring the large-scale retail further to the south, get it away from the intersection of Grand and Main. And we've accomplished that. Before, our previous plans, prior to working with the Brooks family, showed impacts to the wetlands. And by moving the development south and working around the wetlands, we've been able to eliminate impacts to the wetlands. So I think we've tried to listen to the direction given to us from a comp plan perspective, address that in the field, address that from a planning perspective, address that from working with staff and listening to the concerns of staff, of the Planning Commission, of the council, and end result of that is what we have before you tonight. We've been working with Scott and Tim. We have been looking at their proposed conditions of approval based on the Planning Commission recommendation, as well as the amendment offered by Council Connors, we're acceptable to that, and we've been working with staff to develop an elevation for the east face of the warehouse that would be acceptable. And with that, we would ask that you accept the recommendation of the Planning Commission and move the GDP PIP for approval.
Okay, thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
You have a question you want to address to Tom?
I have a comment, Mr. Mayor, if I may.
Related to Tom?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I would like to commend you on your choice of plantings and your landscaping plans, because here the list of things that I've received are very good for our environment and for the pollinators and for the birds. You've got quite a selection of bird-friendly trees. I think I've counted 27 trees. There were plantings that will be beneficial to birds, and there will be 14 plantings, different types of plantings that will be beneficial to bees, hummingbirds, and monarch butterflies. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Taking some time to consider the environment.
Thanks. It was important to in working with our landscape architect to incorporate a wide variety of mixes and shrubs and plants.
Thanks again.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you. There are more questions.
I have a number of questions for Tom. Is now the time to ask some questions, or is there let the other public comments go first?
No, why don't you ask them now while we've got Tom up here?
Okay. Hi, Tom.
Sure.
I don't think we've ever met, but we've waited in the park. This is a question from, a number of my questions are from constituents. And you might not know this as a land acquisition manager. That's your real estate acquisition manager? Is that your?
That's certainly the function, yes.
Okay. What percentage of workers from the east side Madison store will be able to move to this new location?
The goal would that they would almost universally be allowed to transfer to this location with the additional hirings that would result from a larger location.
Okay. I have some background other questions that I would like to ask, but I'm going to ask some direct questions. Do you know what company holds the record for the highest fine for a violation of Wisconsin's environmental laws?
I've seen some of the information that you've forwarded, so yes. In Wisconsin, you're talking?
Yes.
Yes.
And could you tell us who that is?
Menards Incorporated.
Okay. Would you care to explain the nature of the circumstances of that fine?
Mike, Can I interrupt here? I don't think Tom is here representing the purchase of the real estate, not the integrity or the reputation of the corporation. I have the sense that we're interrogating him. Your line of questioning is certainly appropriate for you to do. I just don't like us holding this gentleman up and asking him these questions.
Okay. Is there someone else we should be asking these questions to?
Well, not that's here. So I think the appropriate thing is when we bring it back after we've gotten the community input and bring it
That's why
back
I
up here.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
And then you can make your comments, but let's not direct them towards Tom.
Well, they're not comments, they're questions.
Pardon me?
They're not comments, they're questions.
Questions?
Thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, Tom, thank you. We're gonna move on.
Okay.
So if we have more questions, we will come back to you.
That'd be fine, Mayor.
So then I have two other people that are here in support, but